How do they greet each other? Are they happy to see each other?
There's a sadness over the whole scene.
Can you elaborate on that sadness?
They don't greet each other, but formally. The young man says, "Father." The father says, "Son." And they stand there and look at each other. The
Yeah.
father says to the son, "I'm surprised you answered the call. I don't know if I'm happy or sad to see you. Part of you dreamt that you would stay where you had gone, amongst the anvils."
You say animals?
Anvils.
Anvils, okay.
The son says, "You called, I carried." The
Very.
father asks if the son is hungry. We go into the house to eat.
And how are you paid for your services?
I don't require any payment.
You're working in the service of the. And are you invited to come in and eat with them at all?
Yes, there's no even question. Everyone who's down, the survivors who are there, there's no question, we're brothers.
Oh, very good. Where do you think this place is? You say Europe.
Somewhere, I think it's Russia. What's
Ah,
now known as Russia. The people feel, the culture feels that way.
very good. And as you go inside, I'd like you to just go ahead and describe uh, what you're eating and more details of the longhouse, if you will.
Two doors would open in. They were open at the time that we got there. There are square openings like windows that have sticks that prop up the hatchwork that would close over them. Long hall. Torches light the area. One big fire pit in the middle, arranged around the fire pit, about halfway between the end, all the way at the end, there is a cobbled together tableau of what would be a royal seating area with the king's throne and other seats arranged around it, some banner work behind it. The banner work is all tattered, and the chairs don't match. It's like stolen pieces cobbled together.
Understood. And of course, that king's area is different from the eating area then.
Yes.
Excellent. And just before we leave this place, what are you eating?
Meat. Just simple meat.
It's been cooked.
Already.
Oh, very good.
I nod at the man who's preparing the food. He's happy that we've made it back. Guess you'd call him the steward. Everyone here is playing a part.
Do you think you're a relative to this
No,
world?
I'm an outsider.
Oh, very good. Understood. And we're going to leave this scene and we're going to move forward in this lifetime to a very important day. A very, very important day that you feel is important and that will help you. And we're going to be there in a count of 5, 4, 3, halfway there, 2, almost there, and 1. Where are you now?
crossing over into another territory. I'm barely making it. I'm much older now. There's been too much. I'm walking on broken feet. I'm moving with a broken body. I have a baby in my hands.
Do you think that's your baby or maybe a grandchild?
It's not my baby.
And who's with you?
No one. It's the end.
When you say it's the end, do you feel like you're close to death?
I know I'm close to death.
Oh, very good. And how do you think you came about with this baby?
I absconded with it.
And so now, let's just keep moving. Let's just keep moving. Do you think you're, and so just give me as the rest of the scene as you're looking at this place where you're traveling across this border into new territory. Do you think you're in another country now?
Definitely another region.
Oh, another region, understood.
I've been given the baby. I know the enemies of my friends. They have destroyed their name. I know the baby can't have the name, but I know that the blood moves on. And if I can just get it to a woman, then I can lay down and die.
So once again, you're on another mission, carrying royal blood from point A to point B. Would that be correct?
That is correct.
Ah, very good. Let's get to where you need to be taking the baby, or where you desire to take the baby. And we're going to be there in a count of 3, 2, and 1. How far have you made it?
I've made it to the center of town.
Ah, very good, very good. And what does this new settlement look like?
This settlement is like Manhattan compared to the other place. This settlement has masonry and cobblestone streets. These guys, I've heard of places like this, but this is the first time I'm seeing it.
And just look around intently and see if there's any landmarks that you may recognize.
Looking down a thoroughfare, it ends where multiple paths and streets come together. Some paved, some dusty, some just worn by footfall. And in the center, there are stones arranged in a circle, a sandy dirt mound, and a lamp, or some sort of post with a lamp on it.
Do you still have the baby with you?
Yes, but not for long. I found somebody.
Ah, very good. And who have you found?
An old lady as old as myself.
Does she recognize you?
She doesn't. She's never seen me. I've never seen her, but she recognizes the mission in my eyes. She knows exactly what's going on. She nods to me as if to say, leave it here.
And does she then take the baby?
She does.
And then what is your reaction after she takes the baby? How do you feel?
Relieved and happy. And I say a prayer to my fallen comrades as if to say, I've done it.
Excellent.
I've collapsed up to the ground. She's called for some people to bring me into the house. I tell them not to bother, but I have no energy to protest. They're already lifting me up and into the house.
Very good. And have you made it into the home then?
Yes. mattress made of hay, rough hay. But compared to what I've been through, it's like the cloud.
It's very comfortable, isn't it?
It is.
And I'd like you to take a long, slow, deep breath. And let's get to the end of it.
I'm already gone.
Ah, very good. And as you've left that space, where are you now?
I don't know how I'm doing it.
That's
But
okay.
I'm standing on an invisible platform around a large floating pyramid.
Excellent. There's going to be someone who's going to come out and give you some explanation, but just describe the pyramid until they arrive, please.
It's white. The main parts are white, but there are sections cut out or missing, or that have some utilitarian purpose to need to be exposed. And underneath is technology. There's lights. There's no sound, but there's some lights. I see what I understand to be technology underneath, like pure, thick ivory pieces on the pyramid.
Is there a capstone on the pyramid?
No, but there's a light that shoots up.
Ah, very good. And I want you to look at yourself. Look at your body. Look at your hands and your feet and your garb. Describe yourself.
I'm human. It's
Excellent.
the body I remember before. It's me at my best.
Young and thoroughbred, huh?
As best as I ever was.
Ah, very good. And you, and what are you wearing, though?
Nothing.
Ah, you're nude.
Yeah.
Excellent. And this pyramid, you say...
I still have the medallion.
Ah, very good. And what is on the medallion?
I'm missing the smaller piece, though, the smaller necklace. The medallion is a piece of bronze. It's like a shield-type shape, but roughly hewn. Slightly concave, I guess you would call it.
Mm-hmm.
You could see the weather marks and the place where the leather tongue goes in. It's the holes are punched rough, you know.
Yes. And who's coming out to greet you?
Some sort of alien.
Ah, very good. And where did they come from?
I wouldn't have the slightest idea.
Oh, okay. And so as they approach you, I want you to just give me a descript of what they look like, how tall, what color, everything.
Just a little bit shorter than me. Light blue skin. Face goes back to an elongated type skull. Multiple eyes, two main eyes, and then smaller eyes like a spider.
Understood.
Thin nose, thin mouth, thin neck. He's wearing a robe. Up, again, where his head has a kind of fan that goes off the back. I understand it to be like the equivalent of hair, but it's not hair, it's just like a fin. You know what I mean? It's like a
Understood.
skin with some cartilage type things that make it extend out, almost like a pharaoh's hat, coming near to but not connecting with his shoulders. The image is changing in front of me, and I almost feel as though he's changing based on my expectations. He's becoming more like me so as to
Not to scare you.
scare me.
Oh,
Yeah,
very
just
good.
to But it's not like, it doesn't feel like a deception or trick. It just feels like the process.
Just wants to make sure you're as comfortable as possible. Were you a bit alarmed when you seen him coming forward?
Not at all. Not after the life I remember.
Oh, very good. And how many, look at his hands. What do the hands look like?
3 fingers, 2 opposable thumbs, 1 main thumb that's very long, almost extends out further beyond the fingers, the 3 fingers, and then below that there's like another, what I would describe as a second thumb.
Do you mind if he keeps his original form as he communicates with you?
I don't even know if this guy has an original form.
Okay,
But I don't mind if he stays the way he is.
Okay, very good. I just, as he approaches, I want you to greet him and see how he greets you back.
I nod my head. He nods his head back and smiles.
Very good. And I'd like you to ask him, well, tell him you're bilocating from Earth, actually, and I promise you they will totally understand. And what is his response to that?
He says something to the effect of, like, you think I don't already know that.
Oh, very good. Very good. And ask them, what is this place that you're in? You've never, well, you don't remember ever being here.
He says that's because I have a lousy memory.
Oh, very good. It's understood. And who is he? How would he, does he have a designation, please?
I'm the greeter.
Oh, very good. And ask them, who are you? Or who, could he answer a few questions about the life you just experienced, please?
I have the name back. My name was Mark. But as I recognize it and remember it, and as I remember the memories, they're already gone, like a movie that's ended.
Understood. What was your purpose in that life? What were you doing there?
Being loyal.
Ah, very good. And this greeter, does this greeter have a designation besides the greeter? But that's fine if that's it.
Well, it's like a movie, it's like a scene out of a movie. I ask him his name and he tells me, even if I told you, you'd never be able to reproduce it with your mouth.
Understood.
You'd never be able to even remember it with your mind.
Does it have it? Does this greeter have a connection with you, and this is why it came out in this particular form?
He shakes his head no. He goes, not that I wouldn't want to have a connection, and not that we don't have a connection now, but to say that I was your greeter, I'm just a greeter. He goes, you'll learn not to worry about things like that.
Oh, very good. And so the energy that's coming from this being is almost comical in a sense, because I love his sense of humor or what have you, and his bluntness. So where is he? He's greeting you, and where is he leading you? What's next?
Into the hotel.
Ah, very good. So, do you mind following him then?
Not at all.
Very good. And let him go ahead and guide you. And tell me how he gets you where you're going.
We walk. As we start talking, as he turns, and as we turn to enter, all of a sudden, there's a platform in front of the pyramid at level with 2/3, no, like, actually it's closer to the bottom. I don't remember. I remember starting off somewhere near to the top. I don't remember how we got there other than we were then walking on the platform like a garden. It's almost a terracotta colored floor. There's greenery. arranged just like you would see at any public space.
Beautiful.
There's glass doors. Glass doors slide perfectly open, and we enter in. And it's beautiful inside. You have no idea.
Excellent. So
It's
whatever.
gold and it's silver and it's burnished, and there's other people coming in and out.
And what do the others look like?
Humans. They're just all I see are humans, and I see these greeter entities as well. I see some things that I guess I would think of as a robot, maybe. And the reason I chuckled is that there's a guy who's not handling the transition process as well as I am. And he's kind of freaking out a little.
Okay.
And now they got 3 greeters around him, trying to relax him.
And what do those greeters look like compared to your greeters?
The same way, almost the very same way, though they have the same body variations and even color variations as we would anticipate or we experience with humans. How humans all look the same, right, generally, but different.
You mean
There's
having
different arrangements. Yeah, there's
four-
different
two-
arrangements.
two legs.
Some are a little bit taller.
Okay.
Some have bigger eyes. Some have slight variations in coloration. Some have different of these fins. There seems to be 2 main variations: the long, broad fin, and then a kind of a. Some people have some of these creatures seem to have a smaller type of fin. It almost shoots up, almost like just like a headdress, you know?
Yeah, very good. Understood. I see it in my mind's eye. And so where is he now escorting you? How did that little scene play out with the gentleman? Was he on his knees? Was he crying? Was he...
He was protesting. He was kind of crouched down, knees bent, arms out, saying, no, 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 no. And they were saying to him, relax, relax, look around you. Does this look like a bad place? And then my greeter kind of snapped his fingers and was like, no, we've got other things to do.
And so let him keep guiding you. Where are you going now? Where is he taking you?
The front desk.
Ah, very good. And you're checking in then.
Checking in.
Is this the Enchanted Complex?
Let me ask him the name. He goes, everybody has a different name for this place. The point is this: do you feel like you're home? A home away from home? And I say that I do. He goes, are you worried? Are you nervous? I say I'm not. And then the thought enters my mind that I'm being tricked. But just as soon as that thought enters, he lets me know. He says, hey. And with that hey, and then he starts, life is only as tough as you make it. The only things you see are what you want to see. Hank, is it you? Are you the greeter? What's going on here?
I may be the greeter. How do you feel now? Are you okay?
I feel great.
Okay, very good.
I feel like, I'm not gonna lie, I feel like it's just,
I want you to...
I'm integrating. I'm not the guy that just was. I'm remembering this whole process, the whole song and dance.
Understood. And just ask them point blank. Do they know who Hank is?
Everybody knows who Hank is.
How is that?
You live and you learn.
But could they elaborate, please? Not out of my ego, but just so you know.
They go, you're with me, as clear as anything. You've been with other people down this road, clear as anything. They've seen you over a couple of lifetimes, or so. They know you. And then they say, ask us 10 more names. No, now there's another guy. So there's the greeter. He's next to me, and there's a guy at a desk behind, and he's just kind of like, this is this process. And they tell me, they go, ask me a dozen more names, and ask us if we know those people, and we'll say we know those people, and then you'll say, how do you know these people? And we'll give you more details, and you'll say, do they know these details because they know these details, or do they know these details because they're reading my mind? And they say again, they go, it's only as tough as you make it, and at any time, you can just check in.
Ah, very good. And so, have you checked in yet? What was the process of checking in? What did they require?
We were just doing that whole thing, so I think I'm checking in now.
Okay, very good.
There is a piece of paper. It's not it's not an iPad. It's not a digital interface. It's like papyrus, and it's like a large Chinese fan. And the man at the desk, he makes notations, and the notations seep into the paper, and like down and in. I know that data is being recorded, but it doesn't feel like digital technology. It feels like ink on papyrus.
Understood.
But that absorbs the information in. And they're asking me, where I've been. They're asking me if I've got any hang-ups. Oh my God, that's beautiful. They asked me if I've got any baggage to declare. And it makes so much sense on every level.
Very good.
And I tell them I've got none. I've left it all behind. And they say that's a good thing. There's a small gold rectangle, wafer thin, but kind of heavy. And I guess that's what you would consider my room key.
Okay.
And it's pushed down in front of me, and I take it. And the greeter taps me on the back twice. He says, okay, catch you on the next go-through. He turns around.
Excellent. Now, I just have a quick question. All of the communication that you're having, is it verbal or is it telepathic?
It's verbal.
Oh, excellent. And where are you staying? What room are you in?
There's no numbers on the key. I guess I just find it.
Okay, so let's just get to that room, or the door of the room, and you're going to be there in a count of 3, 2, and 1. Where are you now?
I'm in front of the door. There's no knobs. White border. The border, it's like, okay, so I'd have to step over a 3 or 4 inch kind of raised. So it's rectangular. It's white, ivory, soft at the edges, like rounded at the edges. It comes up, it goes all the way around. It's not an arch that terminates at the floor in 2 points. It goes all the way around like a portal. And recessed in is another white piece of ivory, what looks like ivory. And there's a soft greenish glow around the edges.
Excellent. How do you think you get into that room?
I just go in.
Go on in and tell me, how does the door open, or how does it open, and how do you go in?
It doesn't even open. I just pass through.
Very good. And now that you're on the other side of the door, what does the space look like?
This is harder because it's like multi-dimensional. It's kind of like a digital frame where different images can come through in a carousel or slideshow, random slideshow type thing, where it
Understood.
slowly fades in and out. It's like the room is finding me, and I'm finding the room.
And I'd like you to take a long, slow, deep breath, please. Inhale deeply. And as you exhale, you feel the relaxation moving through your body, and you feel yourself more grounded and connected to this scene and to more comfortable with this vibration. And now how are you perceiving things?
There's a circular fire pit, a large circular fire pit. The entire room, it's like formed out of one, there's no ceiling and then walls, floor, ceiling, walls. It's all just smooth, like the interior of a donut. Like I'm in a donut, and it's terracotta, and it's soft to the touch, and the furniture is formed right out of it. And there's a fire pit. In the fire pit, the pieces of the embers glow and pop.
Excellent.
The flame doesn't rise but a couple of inches high.
Looks very comfortable and very beautiful, is that correct?
Oh, absolutely.
And when you say multidimensional, what makes you use that particular word?
Just in the sense that, like an M.C. Escher, that what is top, what is bottom, before it kind of came into view, it was like cycling through different pieces and options and memories, trying to get there.
Understood. How would you like to meet one of your guardians or guides right now to help you with a few questions?
I'd love it.
Excellent. Now I want you to look to the right. You may not have noticed, but there is another entrance there. Can you see that?
Yes.
And if you look at it, it's starting to glow. A beautiful color. What color is it glowing?
Yellow, like golden yellow.
Excellent. Out of that golden yellow, a form that can communicate with you, one of your guides is going to come forward. And just tell me when they come forward, and just give me a descript, if you will, please.
It's F. Murray Abraham from Amadeus.
Ah, very good. Very good. And I'd like you to go ahead and greet him.
Done. Up, he hugs me.
Ah, very good.
Then he examines himself. He's like, thinks that it's funny that I picked this form.
Oh, that you picked that form for him to come through?
Yeah.
Okay. And ask him, how is he connected with you, please?
He says he's one of my guardian angels.
Oh, very good. And ask him, could you please explain the hotel a little more, if he would, for you?
Because what's a hotel except rest and respite after a long journey?
Oh,
Good, bad, ugly, and indifferent. Everybody gets a break at the end.
Excellent. And he actually has a message for you, and I'd like you to go ahead and receive that message.
Give me a scroll.
Oh,
Told me to go ahead and open it.
Excellent.
I can go anywhere I want to go.
That's
I
all.
can stay here for a while if I can. I just got here.
So do you have any more guardians as well?
desire.
You have no
I kind of want to hear what this guy's got to say.
Oh, understood. And so whatever he shares.
Oh wait, I got a number. 34.
What's up with the number?
That's the number of guardians I guess I got.
Ah, very good.
When I see one, it's like a teardrop type shape. Got an eye in the middle. It's like a feather, or part of a peacock feather.
What is this?
It's like an entity or something.
Okay. I apologize. Could you describe this entity again?
Like a teardrop shape. I see it as kind of the physical form is like soft wood, about 2 feet thick. The colors go all the way through, so it's not as though different colors are painted on the surface. They permeate through. So if you were to sectionalize this entity, they would all be identical.
Did it come?
Brown. Ooh, it's huge, I guess. You can see it, understand it visually however you want to, but if I were to be standing right next to it, it would be the size of a building.
Ah, very good. Did it come through the yellow door or through the yellow light?
It came with the number. It just, when I was, I guess the data that I got when I got the download for the number 34 for the number of guardians, I saw kind of a, like flipping through a deck of tarot cards.
Understood.
And he just kind of jumped on out.
What does it have a name?
Swimble.
And Swimble has a message for you as well. Go ahead and receive that message.
I'm now ready to learn the holographic language. He's there to teach me.
Can he give you a crash course? Because there you have a list of things.
I already have the crash course. And then he said holographic language. I knew what he was referring to from other lifetimes, and having observed other people utilize it and use it.
Excellent.
And then it started kind of coming through. It's more than, it's like innuendo times 10,000. You know what I mean? It's just data rich is the best way to describe it.
Very good.
And the mastery is its simplicity.
Well, we're going to use it to get to your questions, but I want you to still continue here with whatever you can ascertain. Is the other gent still there?